So let's ask one question. It's a more interactive session as we. So to transform ourselves, first of all, do you think all of you are real? I mean, that's a simple question.
All of us
Are you real?
No.
How do you say that?
So many times we fake it. We make it, we fake it.
So if I ask you a question, if you're not born in India, not as a Muslim, not in Bangalore, maybe somewhere in the US, to a Christian family, with a different economic status, would you be the same?
No.
Actually, no. With the different parents? Of course not. So what we're doing is not real. So what are we? Nice question. Isn't it? We just became what we are because we are the response of the environment. It means we are not real. So when we question someone else, maybe in some other faith or some other community or whatever it is, for them it is real. It is as real as it is to us. Because we are also not real. Agree? So why this question? If we are not real, it means we can change. Exactly. I mean, this is how we change people. If I prove to you and if I make you believe that you're not real, then what are you? Can you let go what you are? Can we let go what we are? I mean, is it possible, right?
It's possible, but
Very difficult. Why? Now, this is exactly the secret for change. We are trying to do that, right, in this organization. So I thought I'll talk about this. How difficult it is to believe something else.
Old habits die hard.
Okay, we know this, right? But we don't know how to do it. Possible. How difficult it is. And why is that we cannot change? Good question. Is it because we don't know anything else? Or we don't believe something else? Or we don't practice something else? We don't want to believe something else? Very interesting.
Get used to the old people.
Get used to it. It's a nice thing. I mean, people are scared to change.
You don't want to come out of the box. Yeah, right.
Exactly. We all know the answers. Now we will answer these questions how we can do it. So that's exactly what we are here, right? How we can do it. So overall, to start with this, if I ask you guys, all of you, to believe that you're not real and let go what all you believe, is it okay with you? Let's take a simple experiment. I don't believe anything what I believe. I am simply like I can become anything, not what I say, but now, this is what we should counsel when we counsel people, kids especially. But we will learn everything from a kind of logic. This we call as learn everything not being biased. Not because your father said, not because your religion said, not because your environment said, but can you question it scientifically? These are some simple equations. If you can learn anything from how it is exactly, logically, scientifically correct, and tested by more neutral people on earth, then I think we are going to the right learning. So we believe Quran is a reference because that's what we know. Maybe, I mean, I'm not contradicting. So excuse me because I'm a gentle speaker. Let's keep it like that for some time. I strongly believe in that, of course. What if we question? Then we become a little free from how we are treated. Then we can actually question even the religion. If we question, we learn. We'll come to this topic later, but we can at least question. We can think. So what's the first step? Change. Believing we're not real. Second step. This is a math equation I put for transformation. I actually worked it out 2 days ago. If we start this whole equation like this, it's a function of couple. First function is information. I don't have the slides. If you want to, please give it to me there. So first, information is the first function. So let's suppose I only know a couple of things in this world. How will I think? I can only think in what I know. Can I think anything else? No. I'll give a simple analogy. You have your phone. You put a kind of a game, right? One software in your phone. For example, you have a Mac or Windows. So can I expect a Mac in Windows It will not work. Now, if I download an app which talks about games, can I expect something else to come in there? No. So, what is your mind?
What you feel.
Your mind is a soft hardware, you can say, which is a mind. It's like neurons, millions of neurons. And what you feed inside is how it can play. Can it see anything else?
No.
Can it believe anything else? Can think, talk, do? No. So what is the first stage for transformation? Information. Can we say information? Love. And how information? Most of us are given information just because of the family beliefs, what father believes, and what society believes, of so many things. How am I thinking? I'm not even thinking. I'm just doing it because I believe it. The wrong thing is belief. Because we can't change the belief. The next question is, if you have all the information, what to believe? Okay? If you believe something, you will live and die for it. Agreed? We live and die for so many things. Maybe a religion, maybe concept, maybe attitude, maybe whatever it is. We can die for it. And that's how people are living. Patriotism is a belief. As a very interesting thing is, people go and die because they want to prove their patriotism. They just finish their life. For what? Patriotism. And see, let's suppose two countries, there's a border. For them, their country is correct. We are enemies. For us, they are enemies. And who's right here? No one is right. So patriotism itself is a fraud. And the people in the army who believed that this is it, they died for it. I mean, lakhs of people died. Who created this fraud is a question. That man who wanted to rule the country created this, and they actually created patriotism so strong, they fed in people's head. People are ready to die. Can you beat that? That's the power of belief. Actually, isn't it? So the question about transformation is, can you really have the right information before you believe? Now, how much research do we do on this question? Right? This is a nice question. I want you to think for 2 minutes about it. If you want to ask questions about to yourself, are you real? I mean, what are you following? Is it real? I mean, do we know exactly what you're following is real? Whatever religion, whatever thing, whatever it is. We just have an idea. We believe it. We will not go in depth of that, but of course, we have an idea. How real are you? Take a little time. I mean, this is part of your transformation. Think. You lived a lifetime. How real are you?
What all you did in life, and what all you didn't do because you believed something. How many things you let go because you didn't believe in something, and you lost a life. You actually lost a life. Yeah? You can think about it. I give you a lot of questions like this. Think about it. Okay. So you still want to be you? Or can you be someone else? Now let's talk about this. The first thing is information. Second thing is belief. Now, how do we believe is a question. For this, we have something called as a fundamental, yeah, I remember it. I can tell as a fundamental way of knowing things, or we call it the fundamental principles. So what exactly is that? People like Elon Musk follow this. People like researchers and people who are inventors, these people follow this. So what is this belief? I don't believe anything. I don't follow anything. I don't know anything. Let's go to the basics of things. Okay. If I was born, where was I born? To the world. Not to India, not to a Muslim, not to Bangalore, not to my parents. I was born. Okay, why was I born? The next question. What do I have? So this is how we think in fundamental principles of thinking. So we go to the base of everything, we start from there. Okay, if that is the case, what do you want to believe now? How much do you know? How much do you know? Last time actually we studied your education system is basically very small, right? So just ask yourself, what are you believing? How much do you know? And what are we trying to do? Exactly. We all know very little, and as our system is there, we have loaded something. If I ask you anything, what is your output?
Programmed answers you get.
What you know is what is only your answer. Can it be anything else? It is very strange, okay? I'll prove this again to you right now. So what is there in our head and around us is the only thing we know in reality. This is all philosophy, but just imagine, think about it. There are a set of people in the US right now sitting, okay? There are 7 billion people in the world, correct? Do you know anything about them? They don't exist for you. Who exists for you right now? And your family and the people you know? Maybe the government we are into because we know the names. Maybe the celebrities, of course. But there are people in this world whom you don't even know. It means they don't exist for us. Right? So it means what is there in the head is what exists. What is there in not head doesn't even exist. So now, I'll tell you the power of knowing things, or how many people know you, or you know how many people. For example, one of you knows like all the politicians in Bangalore. Immediately you are actually powerful, right? Because you can fix things. If you know people from the central government and all the police people here and there and all, do you get the power to execute things? Of course, yes. If you know someone, you become powerful. Okay, how many people know you? How many people know you? And that is your strength. That's how powerful you are. Let's suppose, how many people know Modi? A lot of people. For whatever reason. Okay, but is he powerful? Yes. How many people know us? Now see, this is what I'm talking about. If I know you and if you know me, we interact. Our time interacts. Our energies interact. I become more powerful. How many people know Shah Rukh Khan? And that's why he's rich. How many people know Steve Jobs and what he did? That's why he's rich. So can we give the secret that how many people know you becomes your strength? Exactly. So what is this point for? Let's go back again with the equation. First thing is information. How much you know is what is real for you, right? If you don't know things, you don't exist. If people don't know you, you don't exist for them. Isn't it? So how much we know is the first question. And what you believe, what you are today, is that real? Second question. So let's move ahead. Second step of transformation, what we are trying to do is, can we learn things without being biased? That is the second step. If you want to train someone, teach someone to change themselves, what is the first thing you teach them? I mean, this is the whole topic, right? What do you teach them to change? Discipline. Okay. Can we teach them that they are not real? What they are may be very less. And then we say there are 100 people in this world with these many attributes. And definitely we have Huzur Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam as the best ideal. Can we learn him? Yes. And are there people in this world who are amazing? Only I can teach them if you don't believe what you are is enough. And now we call this to be in one line, the only belief I have, okay, this is a nice thing, okay, you can actually tell this. The only belief I have is I don't have any beliefs. It's only then I can see beyond myself. Otherwise, I can't see anything else. So that can be a very powerful line. The only belief I have, I don't have any beliefs. So this gives you the freedom to change. Tomorrow I ask you to believe something based on maths, logic, physics, laws, and of course laws beyond what we can see. Then something like we talk to the water. Makes sense. I mean, it made sense because it actually was a research. We didn't know this, right? Works. Then because water can change physically, chemically, its structures, and it can heal and destroy, now we believe, oh, why Bismillah is good. Very strongly. Before we used to say Bismillah nahi bolo to shaitan kha leta hai. I mean, maybe that time was correct. But today we know that if you don't say Bismillah, your food can be contaminated. But if you say Bismillah, it can heal yourself. And if it is bad, it can become good. I mean, this is amazing. So now your mind can think much beyond what you see. Right? So information. How much information? I really appreciate Mr. Siraj because he is giving so much of information about so many things. But do you think this is what is required? Exactly. If you talk to 100 people, 1,000 people who are successful, the first thing they say is read. Bill Gates, even today, he reads at least, I don't know, 2-3 books in a week's time. Why is he reading is the question. We'll answer this question. I think you should be answering this question now, right now. Possible. Why?
He has a lot of time.
Correct. Always time. He's just got 24 hours.
Quest for knowledge. Quest for knowledge.
Knowledge.
Idea. We all have 24 hours. No one is rich in that. In a day, he's got 24 hours. I have 24 hours. All of us. But yeah, why does he read? Because if he's got more information, he can think from 100 different angles. That's all about it. So most of the successful people are successful because they have so much of information, and there's a problem which I can think from 100 different angles. And for me, if I have not learned, I can't even think. Forget about thinking 100 different ways. How do you think you can bring things out from nowhere? It's not possible, right? Exactly. So what is the first secret? Information. Second secret, is the information correct? Transformation. Is the information correct? And who will tell? That is the question. It should not be your religion. It should not be your parents. It should not be your country. It should not be your people around you. Because they may know everything. They may not know everything. So where do you get the knowledge from is the question.
Teacher.
Of course, teachers.
Conscious.
That is thinking. Right? Correct, ma'am. Teachers. So who are the teachers now? That's the next question. Are the teachers correct themselves? So which information is it? Books. Maybe books are written after research. Right? After research, and a lot of people do work and they do write things, research. That's why we should know math and physics. I always, when I teach students, most of us say science is very difficult. I think we'll go with commerce because, yeah, commerce is fine. I can actually get into something, or I will get into arts. I'm not questioning the subject. But see, if you do not learn math, physics, how things work, how things are made, it means you can't think in that direction. Analytical skills, mechanical skills. Now, if you see accountancy, economics, and this is about money, but how do you think about how things are made? How do you think about philosophy? How do you think about economics? How do you think about so many things? How do you think about biology? Can you even think? No, that's why when we go to the doctor, we are very scared because we don't know anything about that. This is personal, okay? I mean, I should not take the name of the doctor, but I have a very good friend. I should not take his name because he's a very big surgeon. So I went along with him inside the surgery room. Okay, this is good. This is reality. Maybe I'll show you some pictures of that to prove it. I'll just wait 1 minute. It's okay. What is the third stage in transformation? Let's suppose we all want to train people, right? We actually teach our kids what is good and what is not good. How much do you know to teach? Is the first question. Don't you think so? That's why most of the kids don't know what they're doing, because parents themselves don't know what it is. So parenting itself is such a very, very important responsibility. That's why teachers are, as you said so. But let me just go back to parenting. 1 minute, I'll come back. Why do they say that mother is the like the Jannats basically, right? And both mothers and fathers like that. Why is it? We know this in Islam, it is there. The position is so high, but why? Why psychologically? Why? Why based on time?
We influence them a lot. Most of the time, like 90% of their life is what we influence when they look at us and learn.
Perfect. So,
Mother is the first teacher.
first teacher, amazing.
Lay
Perfect.
down a command structure in society.
Lovely, beautiful. Now, if mother could not have taught the kid, where is the kid? They have no idea what they are. If the parents don't give them the right information, and if they don't sacrifice, how much time? At least 5 years minimum time, just to bring them to a okayish level. Maybe another 10 years. It means half of our life basically is a sacrifice for the kids. And the reason is that we're bringing another life. Now I'll connect this again. In Islam it's said, if you kill one human being, what did you kill? Humanity. So can you just go the converse of that? If you saved one human being, what did you save? What did you save? One humanity. You know, what is the value of one human life? Or one human soul? Or one person who is amazing is one humanity. Just the other way around. Possible, right? So what you're giving to the son is a complete universe in himself. Isn't it? So that's, otherwise you would not be there at all. You don't know what it is. Of course, yes. That's why mothers and fathers are like the door for Jannat. Then after that, that person would do good or bad because of his subconscious coding. And that's exactly what mothers do. That's why you can see people from whatever background, their sons, their offspring are becoming same. Almost the same. We agree? So yeah, that's the position, man. For fathers and mothers both. But the idea is this, information. Are we teaching right? Do we know? Now let's come and question us. What is the third stage in transformation? 2 stages we understood. Information, one thing. Believing what you learned by checking is it correct or not by authentic sources, books, research, maths, science, physics, biology, everything. Oh, sorry, I was talking about the doctor, right? Yeah. So yeah, let's come back to that. That's interesting. You should learn. Listen to this. See, this guy, he's done around 5,000 open heart surgeries. Amazing. He's from AIMS. Okay, very famous guy. He can operate 1-year-old baby and also a very old person. He can work with both his hands. Exceptionally nice guy. So I went along inside. He was actually replacing a valve. He was taking a valve and fixing a plastic valve and stitching it. So I took the video also. You know what's happening inside the operating theater? There are 10 people. This guy cut open these guys. And when they're doing it, they're all very serious. After some time, they're talking about dowry, how much dowry you took, now where did you go, how is your wife, who's beating you. I'm like, what's happening? These guys are so casual inside. What they're working on is a human heart. They opened the heart. They opened the heart also, not only the chest. And they're fixing a valve inside, and they're doing full comedy.
During fixing or afterwards?
During fixing. During fixing.
Before, during, and after.
During fixing. They are talking and having fun, and we are all having fun. I'll show you the clip because no faces are there. So I was like, oh, very interesting. But when it just came outside, all of them were very serious, and the relatives are like dead. I mean, they are almost like, oh my God. And why is this now? Any ideas?
Because they are highly experienced.
Because no, that is easy for them. For us, it is very difficult. Exactly. You go to a mechanic anyway. You just go to, if you don't know how to repair your bike, you go to a mechanic. There is no problem with the bike. You are like, oh shit, what happened to my bike? And that guy who he didn't go to school, he doesn't know anything, he can't even speak English. This guy will be telling you what to do, and you are actually, okay, bhai, karo, please. Tumhe kaisa bolti hu? Why?
He knows the experience.
He knows. No, I don't know that. That's how it is.
He knows I don't know.
I don't know that. I am scared. We go to the college, we go to the teachers, we go to the principals. This is again very funny system, okay? The only system on earth which we give money and they scold us back. School. Right? The only system on earth, we pay them 50,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees, they will scold our kids, they'll beat our kids, they will call us also, and they'll abuse us also. Exactly. Very funny, no?
We take it.
Why? Because we think teachers are giving so much to the kids and we don't know how to teach. And we don't know this, we don't know that. What are they teaching? 3-4 books in a year? How do we know it is a question. It's a simple thing. But just because we don't know the skills, we are so surrendering to doctors, teachers, lawyers. Lawyers, so we have no idea what's happening in life. Mechanics, even tailors. They become so big to us because they're just cutting things and fixing it right. So who should be responsible? We. And we are actually bringing up one complete system that's called our children, having no idea what we're trying to do. So this is what it is. So let's go with the next stage. Let's suppose we know things now, we believe what is right and wrong, and we also know we are not scared. You can question the doctor, dude, what's wrong? Let's talk about it. Explain me what it is. Construction builders, house. Everyone basically, correct? What is the third stage? Third stage is very, very important. All of us know that workout is good. Going to gym is nice. It's healthy. Yeah. How many of you do it? Walking in the morning? Lovely, beautiful. How many of you know sleeping early is good and getting up at 4 o'clock is nice? How many of us do it? How many of us know smoking is bad? How many of us still smoke? We know so many things are right, but we don't do it. We say, nahi bhai, aadat, can't help it now. So what is this aadat now? Let's talk about it. He said discipline, correct? So let's give logics to all these things, okay? We know so many things, and we tell our children, do it and don't do it. How many of you tell your children not to see the phone? All of us do. How many of you watch the phone? Every 2 minutes. So, why? That's an excuse. How many of you know that watching television is really stupid? Because what they're doing is acting. It's not even real. That's not even real. It's like set of people who are just doing not even real things on the screen. They're just shameless people, can do anything in front of the camera. And we watch them for how much time? Movie. Okay, let's suppose it's something to learn, we watch, we understand. But we watch so much of television every day, which is not even real. What are we teaching our kids? What do you think they'll learn? I mean, forget about the kids. Anyone we want to speak and teach, what are we doing? Are we doing the same? When we know what is correct, why are we not doing it? Now, I will answer this question. I will help you fix it. So it is called habits and discipline. Now, Islam is such a beautiful religion, the way it is structured. Now, this is how we can speak to our kids when we counsel them science and religion together. How is that fix it? For example, what does Ramzan do? Ramzan will teach you how to put good habits and also tell you not to do bad habits for at least 30 days. And it is a study. If you do something for 30 days, it becomes a habit. Such an amazing thing. Now, if you tell your kids like this, see, this is a reformation period. But after a year, if you're doing something wrong, let's say I'm lying too much, or I'm doing wrong habits, I'm watching television, or whatever it is, say, okay, Ramzan, don't do it. We all do that, right? Next time we'll do it. But the point is, after Ramzan, maybe that thing will click. Maybe with the knowledge we have, that will click. I'll say, okay, I will give it up. I will give up smoking. I will give off boozing. I will give off watching television. I will give off partying. That feeling will come. When will it come? Because your body has got its own mind. Now, this is interesting.
And we fear Allah.
Yeah, that's That's what Allah did. You know what He did? You guys will not understand. Let me do one thing. Let me scare you. Exactly. He said, this is bad, this is wrong, we use the words called haram. Right? But we could not understand why it is so. But you're scared. Without knowledge also, if you're scared, you just do it. And if you do it, you are on the right path. Agreed? Now what is haram? Anything against your body. I just put in three statements. Against your body. It means what you eat. Alcohol is bad, haram. Pork is bad because it is having a lot of diseases, haram. Anything which is bad to your body is haram. Agreed? You can put the whole religion in this. Second thing, anything bad to another body because of me is bad, haram. Like stealing is haram because I'm harming you. Lying is haram, I'm loving you. Killing is anything.
Taking drive is also haram.
Anything which harms you is haram.
How does driving haram?
That will see later. What is the third thing which is against
How does
Islam?
driving hurt? Fills the pockets.
Maybe.
How?
Against his wishes. Doesn't want to give it.
See, functionally, if you want me to answer that question, let's suppose I don't deserve it. Okay, but he deserves it. But I get it because I bribed you. But he didn't deserve it. He deserved it better than me. You did your job. You don't need more than what you did. That's illegal for you. I just took his right. I want a seat in the college. My kid actually just passed 60 marks. But his kid is like 99%. I got the seat.
If you go to a police, this one, for your, what you say, passport also you'll have to pay.
See, we can,
It's not harming anybody, but I need to
it
get my
can,
things in my-
it can justify the whole system is wrong, I'm wrong. So yeah, this is a nice thing. Basically, we are going in the direction of what the world has created. So who checks us is Iman. That's exactly why religion is there. It's we are talking about even Ramzan. What checks me, what's wrong for me is what is given to me. And that is given to me by the Creator. If we believe in a religion, let's keep that. If we strong, I believe strongly anyway. If we believe, that's my reference point. And is that reference point valid? I cross-checked it. Every single thing which is a hadith, which is a rule, which is sharia, is so much scientifically, psychologically and philosophically correct. Yes, maybe 80% of the Quran and the hadith is proved scientifically. 20% they don't still know. But nothing is disproved. So that makes me believe in the religion really strong. So that makes sense. So according to Quran, I think bribing is not right. Okay, let's keep that reference. But right now, we should not. When we are talking about psychology, we should not. But we'll use it as we go. What is the third thing which is haram? Going against himself. I mean, Allah. So, can you tell anything which is not right other than these things? Don't harm yourself. Don't harm any other man. And don't go against him. That's so simple it is. Who made it complicated? Any rule of Sharia comes into these things. If you don't do these things, you are free. You're a free man to do experiments, can do anything. But why did he scare us? So that we train our bodies to have its own mind. Now this is interesting. If you can understand religion like this, it makes sense. Why should we understand it like this? We are trying to teach. This is the motive, right, of this place. If you're trying to teach, we should know that we are not a personality. We are like water. We have no personality. If I have a personality, then I have a point of view. Then the other point of view is wrong for me. If I have two sides, we fight. We don't agree. Right? So as a counselor, as a trainer, the first thing you should have is you don't have anything inside you. You are not real. Then what do you want to become? You become the best of all the men on earth. And you identify what is not right logically inside you and try to eliminate. Now that's the third thing. What you believe, practice it. Believe it, practice it, live it. When you live it, you will understand what you're believing is correct or not. Then when you teach, it makes sense. Most of us teach our kids not to do things, but are we doing it is a question. No, we are not doing it. If you're doing it, alhamdulillah, very nice. Correct? Great. So discipline and the body itself is memory. Now what comes next in transformation? Any guesses? Information? Let's rewind. I'm just giving it so that we remember. Information, almost all information. And is the information correct? That becomes my belief. There can be wrong information. I don't want that. Third, what all I believe, I should actually work on it, practice on it, build it very, very strongly. So then I do what? I do fine refinements. The fourth thing what I do is think. That's what we are doing here, think tank. Now we think. With all this information, with all these things, what is that I can do? What is I can do with these amazing potentials? What is that I can do creating stuff from here? This is exactly what all these creators did. They are very disciplined, very knowledgeable. They practice what they do, and then they start building. Maybe then you can actually shape your own personality. You can shape someone else's personality. But if you are stuck yourself and you just listen to something and you tell the people to do this, why will they do it? Correct? So this is what it is. I think I have the last one. I just wrote it out today. Sometimes we forget things. Anything, questions? Please, any field, anywhere you can ask me questions. Inshallah, I'll try to answer. On this, do you have any questions? Transformation. This is transformation. Can we do it? Then you build those people. Now, I'll give you a proof of this. Now, this is interesting again. Long time back, they thought mind is got so many million neurons. Then after some time, the neurons die. And after a certain age, it's gone and you become, you can't think anymore. This is something which is there. They also believe that mind cannot grow. I mean, this I'm talking about 10 years ago. Now, there's something called neuroplasticity. Mind is like a muscle. If I work out, it keeps growing. It stretches. It actually stretches. Okay? Now, there are two things in mind. One is a physical mind. One is a virtual mind. Now, let's talk about this. Why am I giving this to you? Because if you believe this, you can do it. See, this is the second thing. I give you information, then I'm making you believe what I'm saying with examples, and then you need to practice it. Then it's possible. Correct? So what is neuroplasticity? With science and facts, they saw things, if at all you use your mind, you can keep thinking and you can be better than the youngsters. Before they thought young kids can learn everything fast. Who said? We stopped learning. When did you stop learning? And 25 is the last thing you learned, and after that you just repeat. When did you learn? What is the last thing you learned? Something you did research, you took a topic, you learned maths, physics, science, technology, mechanics, economics, something you learned. When was the last thing we learned? In college. So we stopped learning.
Learning now. We are getting a lot of information.
We're getting information, of course. Yeah.
Not college, getting a school and
Possible. Learning from life.
See, that was a structured kind of a thing. So we
Agreed.
learned that. But there are so many things which we can learn.
Agreed.
Informal learning is
Is there? It's continuous awareness? Yes. But if I have to learn a subject, like in right from the scratch, to that curve is what I'm talking about. Of course we're learning, sir. I agree with you completely. Today also we're learning, we're sharing, we're learning. This is happening. But now, some people, let's suppose there's 2 examples. Most of the government employees or the people who repeat their work, not who think, but who repeat their work. Maybe documentation, one part, routine work. How much mind did they use?
There is no need.
There is no need. Agreed? And what is the time they spend there? 8 hours. We'll travel for 2-3 hours, and they come back again, they want to relax. That's entertainment, feel-good factor. And the learning curve is less. And if you see these people, when they grow old, after 60s, 70s, they have dementia, they are forgetful, they are weak, they are scared. But if you see Modi is 74, he is rocking. Why I took the topic is to learn. Learn from anyone.
Yes.
From everything. Agreed? Okay, great. So this is for what we started. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. I have too many things to speak. Okay, so let's conclude that thing. Let's conclude the transformation. So transformation, if I say information, good information, all information. Second, believe your information. Third, practice your information. Revive your information. Then separate it. See what you're good at. I think that's when we can actually transform. Myself first. Then the people depending on me. Right? So now, I said, do you have time?
No, no. Finish.
I'm done? Okay, fine, great. So,
Next time, yeah. No time. Two more minutes.
2 more minutes. So we'll conclude this for today. This is one of the topics I wanted to speak. That's it. I had 3 topics today, but this should be good.